Hi guys. Oh, I have to put on the full ass screen over here. Hi guys. How's everybody doing today? We're already wilding out here. Hold on a second. I need to pop this thing out because this is just it's not working right now. Oh, grid. That's great. It's not working the way I want it to. Help. Okay. Yeah. Here we go. Okay, wait a second. Is it gonna work with me? There we go. Side by side. Okay, perfect. We are here discussing. Oh, I put it for my stream as the psychology of Bloodborne, but we're literally just going to be talking about all things Bloodborne in today's podcast because that's what you guys chose on the tweet. Thank you so much, by the way, you guys. We're going to discuss how to anally wreck a pig in 5 seconds with a visceral attack. So this is going to be great. Anally wreck a pig with a visceral attack, which you can do in this game. So I'll put that out there. There will literally be a thing in the game where you can go back into the pig, you can slash it with the sword, and then if you time it just right, get a visceral attack where you literally fist a pig. I'm not even shitting you about this. Like, if you play the game for any reason, play it for the fact that you can anally fist a pig. That's it, okay? Trigger warning for bestiality and bloodborne. So, this is how we're gonna start off the stream. Alright, cool. So, hi guys. You know what? I take full responsibility for this, rectal disaster. So, we're gonna. if I had a manager right now, she would be cringing. So. Ma'am, I said anally wreck a pig. Okay, that's fine. Publisher issue. It's okay. TM trademark copyright issue. Semantics, Samantha. It's fine. You know what? Potato, potato, anal, anal. It's all right. Cool. So today's topic that we're going to be discussing is all about Bloodborne. I even have the board game, which we're going to go into like a little bit, but very briefly because it is miscellaneous type stuff. But we're going to be going into the lore, the psychology of it all. I sent, Rissa many upon many links so she could get involved in the lore as well. One person called it, and I adopted this phrase, if The Witcher were to be gothic, this would be it. And I agree with that. But also The Witcher is an open world game. This really isn't. It's semi-open world, not really, to be quite honest. There have been speedruns done of this game. This is one of the hardest games, personally, I've ever played, and, you guys will have to let me know what you think of it. But the fact of the matter is that Bloodborne was made in 2015, and it's one of the more iconic games from FromSoft, which made all the Dark Souls games, the upcoming game Elden Rings, and Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. So, one thing I want to ask you guys first, since I want to open this up, have you guys played any of the FromSoft games? Because that'll let me know if I have to go into this with a warning for spoilers, first of all. So, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Because we're going to talk about it anyway. Yeah, for all of... Yeah. Yeah, if you guys are that heavily triggered of where you're just like, nope, I need my ears to be virgin entirely, we are not going to... Just no. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm absolutely fine. This is how I roll a lot of the days when I am very hyper, okay? I've only just started. This is my first coffee. It's only just starting, folks, okay? Let it happen. What's in my acid. No, I'm just joking. That was a joke. That was a joke. That was a joke. I don't do acid, guys. Stop it. Okay, just regular French roast, caramel, and lactose-free milk. So. Ooh, okay. That was reminding me. Starbucks, feel free to sponsor this hoe right here, okay? But the thing is that what I want to point out first in Bloodborne is the overarching themes of mythology that are in there. The fact that the lore points towards, like, within the healing church, that I know that, I sent you some links on that, but whenever you talk about it as, like, a grander thing of the healing church, you have this one character called Lawrence, and for those of you who have played the game, you know that it's a name that is muttered by Gehrman the Great Hunter a little bit, and we're like, who is this Lawrence dude? He is a member of the founding people of the healing church, the one that we're literally actually trying to fight against with this game. So you go throughout and you see two different kind of arcs here that we're going with. You have the healing church, and then you have the ruins, where you have Master Willem, who does all the runes, care runes, all that kind of stuff, and he's more of the mindset that you don't need to ascend by using blood. You can literally ascend by using logic, by using your mind, and using the runes, while Lawrence, on the other hand, thought that you needed blood to ascend, and that was where the two collided. Arcane symbols. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Exactly. And there are things of where, like, there's dirty blood, of where people will literally be ingesting different forms of blood that is not healthy for you, and that's what turns you into, like, this scourge beast, if you will, that you see around the games that you have to fight. So yeah, there's actually another faction. Hey Al, what's going on? Hey, we can't hear, what was it, the co-host. Oh no, okay, hold on one second, let me fix that really quickly.
Very strange. All my stuff is going.
Oh,
can y'all hear Ariel? I hope you can.
Yep, you're all good to go now. The volume was a little low on your end. Sorry about that.
Oh, okay.
There we go. Cool.
We're good.
All right,
y'all can hear me? Hello? Hi.
Hey. Can you guys hear her? I just want to make sure before we move on that the audio is all good to go.
Yes, can you hear me?
Let's see.
So, ruins doesn't refer to ruined pig butt. Peter, if you don't stop.
Peter. Also, hi, Peter.
Hi, Peter.
Oh my goodness gracious.
No, the runes does not refer to ruined pig butt. That is, god damn it. Look what you did. Look what you started.
I love it. Okay, yep, now we can hear you both all good. Alright, thank you so much, Al. I appreciate that.
Yes.
So,
cool.
Wait, what was I saying before?
Shit, I don't know. That there are some people who ingest the blood, but it is referred to as dirty blood, and that sort of transforms and mutates them into the monsters that you end up fighting.
To go off of that, there are different factions, much like in Dark Souls, that you can join. There was one of them called the Vile Bloods in this game, which is basically a group of vampires, which a lot of people don't realize that they are vampires. Yep, we
love vampires in this house.
Exactly. It's one of the cool things about it, because this is actually, and I don't know why it's an optional section, it is a completely optional section that you can go into with this game, of where it's called KEDIERS Castle. And throughout this entire section, you see ghosts, you see just gothic castle vibes, and it's one of the best sections within this game, in my opinion at least.
Hell yeah.
And when you're going through it, you see gargoyles that come to life, you see bats that drain your blood if you get a little bit too close, and you see this one boss that I'm currently in the process of trying to defeat right now to level up, is Martyr Ligarius. Now, This guy, you got to get past in order to get at least part of the story of one of the factions of the things you can join. And the Vile Bloods is run by one of, I don't know all the details yet, but by one person. And whenever you join the faction, you get this little pile of kind of like sacramental blood. And if you look closely into the picture of what the image is, you can see that it's little blood sperm. So yeah, this game goes there. It goes there.
So
you thought anally wrecking a pig was bad, okay?
Wait a minute.
She's trying to carry on her lineage. It's trying to be something of where she cannot die, so she wants to carry on, in my knowledge, at least what I think it is, to force her lineage onto those who will have it. And by joining that faction, you get special runes, all that kind of stuff.
So they're like little parasites.
Spermy parasites,
basically.
but yes.
They actually look like...
I'll pull up a picture right now to show you. Because this is
I don't need this
wild.
in my life. I don't need this in my life! Oh my god! That's...
This is part of the lore of the game. So there's good and weird sides.
I know.
So let me see.
Okay, so is it a matter of she gets them to drink the
I haven't
sperm
gotten
blood?
that far yet, so that part I'm unsure of, actually.
Okay.
Bloods.
Yikes.
Fucking I
yikes,
saw that
dude.
in a lore video, actually, of where it discusses the Vile Blood. The Vile Bloods, once I get to that point of where I see that cutscene, it's very, very interesting. It's really super interesting, but there's just a lot of things are a little lackluster there, okay? For lack of a better term.
Okay. Well, it's a part of the lore, so we're gonna accept that and just keep it pushing.
You don't want to accept that though.
That is fucking insanity to me. They said blood sperm. Okay.
Oh wait, I think this is it. Yep, this is it. This is it. See?
Oh.
See?
Oh my god, it does!
I wasn't lying.
Oh my god. Okay.
Let this be ingrained in your guys' head that there is such a thing in a video game called blood sperm. Just want to put that out there, okay? Hey, Babsy, what's going on? What are we talking about? We're talking about bloodborne lore and psychology. We just we got past kind of interesting.
I thought you were gonna say we're talking about blood sperm and like
Wow. Oh my goodness gracious. But yeah, no, actually it's really interesting because in a lot of the factions that you go into in Dark Souls, there are different things of where you have to do in order to like keep up with the faction. Like a lot of cults, you know? Yeah. But like, let's say for example in Dark Souls, you're talking about like, I think it's a Cult of the Sun or something like that, of where have you ever seen like this meme of where it's like praise the sun? The people have their hands up in the air. That's from Dark Souls, and a lot of the memes and everything like that I was seeing throughout the gaming culture, I never understood because they were all from Dark Souls. They were all from software games, and it makes up such a strong part of the gaming community. Those games, which I find really interesting. So when you're going into these different factions, some of them will say, "Well, you need this many souls in order, you know, to do this or have this." With Bloodborne,
right,
it's very indicative of the fact of where it's part of the lore, it's part of the story. If you want to join it, it gives you more insight into the story and what it all entails. In Dark Souls, it could be kind of like a one-off thing. It has to do with the story, but very loosely. So,
okay, so the factions in Bloodborne are far more important to the story itself.
Exactly.
Okay, and would you say that these factions, right, are sort of Bloodborne's way of giving you multiple endings or like multiple storylines?
There are 3 different endings that you can get in Bloodborne.
Okay, and they all, I guess, intersect story-wise.
They do. So I'm gonna go into the endings. Yeah, I'm gonna go into the endings right now. If you guys don't like spoilers, again, I will warn you. This is very much spoilerage. The first ending that you can get, which is the first one that I chose, is to kind of give over your life, and it all just becomes one big dream. So the ending is where Gehrman, the first hunter, literally takes a scythe like a like a reaper, and he'll just kill you off right there. But you wake up in a town, so it was all just a nightmare, apparently, or was it? So it has this concept of, was it just a dream, or were you fighting things that were actually in real life? Really interesting. The second ending that you can get is where you fight Gehrman himself, and you fight the first hunter.
Oh.
So you're...
Okay.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
Oh, because I was going to ask, is that... So your character, who you play as, right? Are you someone who is, like... not unaware, that's not the word I'm looking for, but almost like, are you a hunter? And then when you get that ending, trying to take over, or do you discover that, like, that first hunter was kind of sus? Or, like, what is the motivation for your character that they end up, you know,
it's very much
fighting the first hunter?
Yeah, it's very much up to the player at the end of the day. It's very subjective. They do give you, like, you know, guidances on the story, but it's very subjective up to, like, how you really make out what the ending is. There are, like, okay, yeah, this is what happens and this is what happens, but with some of the endings, like the final one that I'm going to talk about, it's kind of subjective, like, half subjective, half this is what happens. So yeah, a lot of the lore in the game is very much up to the player to decide. I got the true ending, and boy, did it make sense. Yeah, the last ending is the true ending of where there are, again, you're gonna cringe so bad at this. There are 3 1/4 umbilical cords that you can ingest in order to get the final ending.
What?
Yes. So the final ending is where, and this was actually kind of spoiled for me, kind of did it to myself in a way when I was looking up articles for research for the game and for the review and everything. But the final ending is where you fight the actual final boss, the Moon Presence. And this is something that rules over all of what the hunters are, everything like that. And the boss battle, from what I've seen, quite difficult. And you actually can only get this boss battle by ingesting those umbilical cords. So once you do that and you fight the final boss battle, it's said that you actually become the original hunter, or you become the next Moon Presence in a way. Because, let's face it, okay, there is a doll that picks you up. You become like this slug thing. And we all know what happens when a doll from a Japanese game picks up a slug. Hentai. Not a good situation, folks. So...
Jesus Christ!
I can't take credit for that, actually. I think that was from Fighting Cowboy that he said that, which is true.
Oh my god. Okay, so what I'm getting, especially from that final ending, is that really the story of Bloodborne is a story of sort of rebirth. You know, life, death, rebirth. That's kind of the vibe it gives me.
Yeah.
Would you agree?
I would, because especially in the second ending when you fight Gehrman, you are then seen in a wheelchair as the next Gehrman. So you're looking over the hunter's dream whenever you kill him. Yeah. So it becomes this constant cycle of where, like, if you want, and this is an important thing to note here too, you guys, is where if you are like getting blood ministration from the healing church or whatever it is, in order to get blood ministration, you have to become a hunter. So the only way to get healed is to become a hunter.
Okay. Okay. Interesting.
Yes. Moon
we're
presence.
Wild. Yeah.
Oh, sorry about that. Moon presence equals pale blood. We were told at the beginning to seek out the... Yes, exactly. So the moon presence is the pale blood of what they were actually trying to seek from the very start of the game. That was their main objective for the hunter.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so, all right. So, okay.
So, 1 second. There's Peter asking a question. Are the pale... the blood sperm and anally destroyed pigs in the board game?
I fucking hope not.
Hold on a second. I'm actually curious. Wait, I have it right here. Let's see.
Oh.
Wait, I need to see. It's probably in the expansion pack, you know.
Fucking done. What am I doing? What am I doing?
Peter, that is an excellent question. God. I will torture Chastity with this all day. So, this is a perfect time to explain that there is a board game for Bloodborne. And
the art looks so fucking cool.
Vicar Amelia, though, can we just talk about her?
Yes. dude, fire. The art looks so fucking
good.
cool.
And this is actually Gehrman, the hunter that I was talking about before.
Yes, right at the beginning. Okay. And he ends up in a wheelchair, yes?
He was always in the wheelchair from the start of the game. He actually shows the fact that he could walk, which leads to a lot of other different types of lore theories of where he, I don't know, it's just really interesting.
Okay. Why is he in the wheelchair then if he can walk? What's going on? Is he weak? Is that what it is? Like he's weak at first, and then as you play the game, the more shit that you do, you get stronger? Is that what that is?
So the pig is in this deck. Not the blood sperm, unfortunately. I think it might be in the expansion pack. I think someone actually gifted to me that from my wish list or something, because I didn't see it there anymore. So thank you to whoever did that.
That's so sweet. Thank you, guys.
Wait, which board game did you get? Card game or physical game? I got the Bloodborne TTRPG game. Actually, I'm currently in the process of teaching my parents how to play.
It's the card game. It says it on the thing.
Yeah, the card game, TTRPG. So I just always call them that. Okay, yeah.
That's so fun.
There are two board games, the card game and the one that comes with figures, and they're both fun to play. We have both. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, yeah, I remember you telling me about that in the Discord. That's awesome.
Let's see.
That's really, really cool.
So
yeah,
I'm looking at something here because I have my lore stuff up, so we can talk about it. So let's see. Let's talk about, because we mentioned the umbilical cords, and I just want to see what this says here. All right. While this presents While this presents a weird part of the story, it is a known fact that 75% of the game's umbilical cords can be found on women or children. Okay. During the Red Moon, Losefka? Losefka's dialogue suggests that she has become pregnant, and Ariana gets pregnant as well. You also find a cord from defeating Mergo's wet nurse. This suggests that Odin. I'm going to say Odin. Odin, impregnates women on the Red Moon. Gross. The criteria of these women who are impregnated has not been determined. It also seems to be that the Great Ones impregnate women to have surrogate children.
Yep.
It is worth noting that one of the 4 umbilical cords is in the abandoned workshop very near the doll. Okay, so this presents questions to me.
Yeah.
And which can expand.
Yeah, which before your
psychology.
question, don't forget to remind me to talk about Rom, because that is a very, very pivotal part of the game. Just to leave that.
Rom?
Yes.
Rem? How do you say it? Rom.
ROM, yeah. Rom.
Rom. Okay, yeah. I will remember to ask. Okay, so Red Moons. Now, I don't think. Oh, I have it actually right here. So Red Moon is a nightmare revealed after slaying Rom. Okay. So we'll get back to the Red Moon and all that stuff. So apparently on the Red Moon, a church, you said? The church impregnates people?
It's kind of, that's one of the more subjective parts of the game. It's I don't know exactly how that's supposed to flow because I never quite understood that bit, to be completely honest with you.
Okay, that's fine. Okay. So people get pregnant. A few people in this are getting pregnant.
And it's a way of, I think, generating more of like moon presences and hunters, because Mergo is basically the from what I understand at least, the origin of the nightmare, because there's a certain crying that you hear throughout the game of a baby, and Mergo's wet nurse is the final boss that you have to take care of, depending on the ending that you get, in order to completely slay the nightmare. And what it says actually at the end of the boss battle from Mergo's wet nurse is nightmare slain.
Okay, which makes sense because the Red Moon itself is a nightmare.
Yes.
Which I'm assuming throughout the game you have a red moon up in the sky. Yes?
No. You have to, once you take care of the boss battle ROM, which we'll get into, that's when it all shifts. Because, for long story short, you have insight. And this insight lets you see the world around you for what it really is. 15 insight, you see different kinds of things. 30 insight, you're starting to see shifts in the way certain things look and certain characters act.
Right.
50 insight, you're seeing amygdalas, not amygdalas. Amygdala. Thank you. So, it pisses me off. It really fucking pisses me off when people call it amygdala. No, that sounds like a special order at Starbucks. Can I get a Frappa Mocha amygdala?
Listen. I understand because I have a thing about pronunciation as well.
I'm sorry.
So, and a lot of it has to do with like region and like, do you know what I mean? Like at least in the U.S., right?
Yeah.
The way that people say certain words. For example, people that say bag or bagel, that's an A that's in that word.
Bagel. Bagel.
It's bag. Where's bag? What is that? There's no E there. That's the A. So I understand your pronunciation quirk because I have it too. Where I'm like, I hear certain things where I'm like, that's not how you say that.
Nowadays it is not amygdala. It sounds like you're sending a prayer to the high priestess of holy shit. Like, no.
Okay, here we go. Let's see. Let's get back onto our umbilical cords. Okay, and the red moon.
I never thought you'd ever say that to me.
Listen. So, red moons. This is interesting to me. So, I wonder if it's based off of the whole red moon situation. If it's based off of actual blood moon. I guess you could say blood moon lore that various cultures follow.
If you want, I can explain what the blood moon actually represents, and when we go into it with that knowledge and everything. If you want me to do that.
Yeah. So okay. So blood moons, which is the red moon in our real world, right? Yeah. Various cultures believe different things as to what it represents, right? There are some cultures that believe it's a time of sacrifice, power, and secrets.
Right.
A time of change and transformation. Some believe that it's restoring balance. And others believe that it's actually a time of healing, and in which if you were to do any kind of like healing rituals, that would be the best time, because the blood moon offers highest insight.
Exactly.
There, in the I believe it's the Hindu. Forgive me, anyone who follows that religion. If I missay anything, let me know. But the Hindu religion, there's a character named Rahu who, during the blood moon, it's his reign, and it's his time to sort of like express his rage against harmony and the gods. So I'm wondering if that kind of aligns a little bit with what is going on with the red moon within Bloodborne, especially with the bits about high insight, a time of change and transformation, a time of sacrifice and power and secrets. Right. It feels like it kind of
it does, because especially the insight, because like when you have insight, that's why I don't know if you noticed, like within the game, or if you watch like I know you said you watch like playthroughs of it, of where they'll have cloths over their eyes, right? So it's kind of the concept of what you see can't hurt you. These people have such high levels of insight of what they've seen around the world. They don't want to see the ugliness in the world anymore, what it has to offer. So they literally, it's a medical condition of where, this is where the psychology comes into it, of where you have intense levels of psychopathy, or you are schizophrenic, or you have, different levels of basically insanity, of where, and this is only in rare cases, so trigger warning for medical stuff, where you literally like tear at your own eyes, basically, and until your eyeball's literally just rolling in your head. It's not attached to anything, but it's detached from, like your retinas,
the optic nerve.
Exactly, yeah. So you are literally like just seeing the eyes rolling about in your head. It's the same thing with these characters. They want to be detached entirely, but they want to appear like they are seeing, and that's one of the main parts.
So that's interesting. That's actually really interesting to me, especially given how the game itself looks, right? and that there's monsters and stuff, and if they have such high levels of insight but yet don't want to see the monsters,
Yeah.
but still are aware of what's going on, I think that's a very interesting thing happening there. That's really cool.
Yeah, especially with Rom, because Rom, once you fight that boss battle, it unveils all of the nasty stuff. She was the veil between what was protecting people and the evil that was there.
Interesting. So why do you kill her if that's the case?
So you can find the pale blood, and so you can find more secrets about the healing church.
Oh, okay, I understand. Okay, let's see here. So I'm gonna read what it says about the red moon, and then you, as someone who's played the game, you tell me stuff, right? Okay. So the red moon is a nightmare revealed after slaying Rom. The I want to say that's Vacus spider. I don't know how to pronounce that.
Vacuous.
The vacuous spider. Guys, English is hard. I'm so sorry. The vacuous spider, who had placed a veil over the world to keep the secret of the true nature of the world from its residents. The servants of now you got me fucked up. I almost said amygdala. Amygdala become fully powered. The beasts become more ravenous. The children are visible at last. In this nightmare, the world reveals eldritch abominations it has truly been hiding. As a result, everything gets worse. The character sees the world as if they have amassed 40 insight. Whoa, that's a high insight. Okay. Unfortunately, by killing Rom, you ushered in the red moon. Consequences. Got it. Okay. Which is believed by some to be the coming of Odin. Oh, so the red moon's also an omen.
Yep.
Okay. It is not clear that Odin is the moon presence, but he very well could be. Is that eventually revealed that he is the moon presence, or is that still something that's kind of up in the air?
It's something that, at least to me, it's up in the air because I didn't actually get the moon presence ending yet. I only did research on some of what the endings were. So, for those of you who told me not to get triggered, you know what? I looked up the endings. I'm sorry. I had to for the review, all right? Sue me. But still, I didn't play it yet. I didn't play, the last two endings yet, so I'm unaware of that, actually.
Okay, cool. So maybe it is revealed at some point that he is the moon presence. I don't know. But that's interesting.
Another thing that I do want to point out, by the way, because in addition, I just reminded myself of this, of the fact of what you can't see doesn't hurt you in a sense. It's the same thing of when you get to the the chapel. Yeah, I think it was the chapel, of where you meet this one character who is a monster, but he wants people to find a safe haven within this chapel. And he puts incense all around the place. And he said, if you can't smell the monsters, they're not there either. So it's a complete denial as well of the physical reality that is around them. Because you have all these different people. Yeah, you have all these different people that you can save, there's some people that you don't want to save in the game because then they turn into a scourge beast and end up killing literally everyone inside the chapel. So there are some people you don't want to save. There are some people that you do want to save. Yeah, there's a pregnant whore, just to get in front of the mill, different things. You want to be able to save everybody, but there is different kind of, I want to say, drama that goes on within this while you're saving people, because there are two women who you can get blood administration from in order to get, for those who play Dark Souls, it's kind of like replenishing your Estus flask, where you get different types of blood administration from different types of people. So there's one who is a pregnant lady who gives you her vials of blood to keep sustained. There's another one who can also do that, but if you talk to another female and not her enough, she gets jealous and ends up killing the person who you're getting the blood vials from. As a way
What's going on?
What
is going on in this game?
Listen, I'm gonna go Paris Hilton for a second. There's a lot of tea within Bloodborne. You don't even know, okay?
Oh my god, what the fuck?
She totally said that she wanted my blood, but then she totally refused me. And then whenever I tried to get her blood, she said no, but then I really kind of wanted her blood anyway. So yeah, totally not getting any administration from me next time. Betch.
That is incredible.
I almost spat on my coffee.
Incredible. Phenomenally done.
I will accept my award right here. Yes.
I do find that interesting though, that they have these what would you call it? Like character connections that are happening with between NPC and NPC. So that's interesting. And but that's a little bit of madness in my opinion. That's a little bit of
think
madness
about it.
right
The
there.
world outside their safe haven is mad. They have to have some sort of balance within there, but it's only an eventuality that things would go mad within that safe haven as well. Nothing is safe in Bloodborne, and that's the thing of where like it connects to reality. You have to pick your safe havens wisely, or else you don't know what is going to be safe or what's going to be actually hell on earth.
Yeah, for sure. Okay.
Guys, give me
Cool,
just one
so we've
second.
got-
I have to turn the heater off in my room right now. It's getting a little bit balmy.
Yeah, go ahead. We got all the drama in this fucking game. Incredible.
Okay.
Okay. So, we've got red moons, we've got umbilical cords, we've got tea. Let's see, what other questions do I want to ask about the lore? Okay, so we have something here called the Choir, the Cosmos, and Ebriatus?
Ebriatus, yeah.
Ebriatus. Okay.
Yeah.
So they are so the leaders of the Healing Church, the Choir, differentiate themselves from the rest of the members of the church as they receive teachings directly from Ebriatus, who is the daughter of the Cosmos. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. Do you like get to meet her?
Yeah, it's a boss battle within the game.
Ah, okay, that's okay. Is a celestial being who emerged from the depth of the old labyrinth and acted as a source of knowledge to the Healing Church with seemingly no ill will, thus furthering the notion that the Great Ones are sympathetic to humans. Okay. Not only did Ebriatus grant members of the choir profound knowledge, but she also further convinced them that they could commune with the Great Ones and learn eldritch truth. They believed they could ascend to the cosmos, or at least make contact with it, and it came in a sudden and unexpected realization that perhaps while their feet were rooted to the ground, the cosmos was not immeasurably far away, but right above their heads. Together, Ebriatus, the choir, worked tirelessly to understand the Great One's truth.
Yeah, there's a select movement that Mikolash, host of the Nightmare, does where it's called a call to beyond. That's one of the things that they learned as well. It's basically a very annoying attack that happens of where like you have he clasps his hand together and it's it's just a call from beyond and where like orbs of what I'm presuming to be knowledge, but it's forced upon you. That's just my interpretation of it because he has a cage around his head. And it says right here, actually, that like the choir, the Healing Church and the School of Mensis pursue ascension. However, while the church pursues ascension through blood administration, which provided catastrophic, the choir pursues ascension through experimentation and insight gained from left-behind Great Ones of whom they communicated with regularly. So it's like kind of a discussion with the ancestors, but not in a very healthy way. So, the whole thing behind it is that, in the School of Mensis, is that when you get to this section of the game, is one of the more eerie parts and what mimics what a lucid dream is actually very, very well, of where things look like they are just in your reach, but then when you go up to them, they're too far away. It mimics that absolutely perfectly of where, like, this guy, this guy, Mikolash, host of the Nightmare, has a cage over his head. One could state that that's, a lack of knowledge, a lack of broadening your horizons, or caged in thoughts, kind of like, a caged bird would be in a way.
Yeah.
And one thing that I thought was actually really pivotal with this entire thing of where after the boss battle, he says, "Oh no, I'm waking up. I'll forget everything."
So like a self-inflicted isolation almost with the cage.
And then you see...
so that he can retain knowledge.
Yeah, and then you see afterwards the way in which you transported yourself into what his nightmare is through kind of like a mummified version of him. So he was dead this entire time, but he was alive in the nightmare.
And then I'm assuming when you destroy Rom, that goes away and he
no you fight Rom before you fight him.
Okay, got it. Okay.
Yeah, Mikolash is the second to last boss battle that you will fight if you choose the first ending. So if you choose the first ending of where you are just have hack and slash, and then you'll wake up. That's going to be it. But if you choose the second ending or even the third, you still have like 3 boss battles left to go after Mikolash, because it's not the true ending.
Right. Okay. Wow. Interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Okay. Oh, all right. So we have the School of Mensis and the Mensis ritual here. I'll read it just since we just discussed it. Okay. Members of the School of Mensis desperately seek communion with the Great Ones. A question. So are the Great Ones kind of like eldritch beings? Is that kind of what they are?
Yeah, that's, to my knowledge, at least that's what they are. That's part was just a little bit kind of weird to me because I didn't quite understand the whole concept of the Great Ones. I thought they were just like ancestral beings that guided the choir.
Okay. Because I hear Great Ones and I think like in Cthulhu and that whole like the H.P. Lovecraft, the originator of these eldritch creatures. I think of they're called the Old Ones. So people are beings like Cthulhu are considered an old one. So I'm wondering if that's their
It's funny that
connection?
you mentioned Cthulhu, because that's what the augur of Ebritus you can acquire in game, and it's kind of like this tentacle thing that comes out, and it's kind of like Cthulhu to an extent. So.
Interesting. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
That's okay. So maybe that's where the inspiration came from there.
Yeah.
Okay, so I just really see communion with the Great Ones to the point of near, if not insanity. Typically found wearing menses cages. You mentioned that. Let's see. A follower of the School of Mensis could be distinguished from a normal person from a mile away, but they certainly don't care about other humans' opinions as much as they do the Great Ones. Cool. Despite sharing the same goal with the Healing Church, the School of Mensis and the Healing Church do not seem to get along. This is indicated by the corpse of a choir member locked away in the Unseen Village, which happens to be founded and controlled by the School of Mensis. The founder of the School of Mensis, Mikolash, you mentioned him, seems to have telepathic powers, being able to plant nightmares and illusions into the minds of his victims. Ooh, he sounds scary. This might indicate the School of Mensis have foul intent if they succeed in communicating with the Great Ones. They may have turned the knowledge and power they obtained onto the people, which would explain the tension between them and the Healing Church. The pertinent umbilical cord for the School of Mensis description reads as follows. After obtaining it from Murgo's wet nurse in the nightmare, every Great One loses its child, then yearns for a surrogate. This cord granted Mensis audience with Murgo, but resulted in the stillbirth of their brains. Okay.
Yeah.
When Mikolash and his ilk used the cord to commune with the infant Great One, they discovered that the power was too much and it killed the whole School of Mensis, locking the survivors in the nightmare realm that Mikolash controls, driving them all insane. Whether or not this is intended by Murgo is up for debate. Interesting.
Yeah. This entire section of the game is just wrought with different kinds of lore and stuff like that. And when you're going into the game, you don't see it all at once. You really have to look behind the scenes and see it, because there's even characters from Dark Souls that make an appearance in this game too. So there's so much to this game of where you really have to just like look behind the Iron Curtain, if you will, and it's not all readily there for you. Like, it's there if you take your time and look at the some of the notes, which aren't there aren't that many, but there's information within like the few lines that they give you. But the most information that you'll get is from the item descriptions of the different things that you get within the game. So that holds.
I think that's kind of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's kind of fun for like lore dumps. That's very interesting. Okay, hold on. Someone should come out with a good one's mythos. NPC almost big bads, not great, but good enough to be a threat. Insert old Jewish woman saying evilish pronunciation. That's
sorry.
Incredible. We love that. Thank you, Mike. Thank you for that. That's amazing. How do old Jewish women say evilish? For my audience who doesn't know, Ariel is Jewish.
The way he said that with his whole chest. No, the way it would be evilish is kind of like a Brooklyn accent mixed with Yiddish. So, you know, for example, if you're going to your to someone's dress fitting or something like that, or you're going to Shabbat, and you're like, Oh, honey, that's evilish over there. What are you talking about? Get that Gamelish away
Oh,
from me.
I love that!
Get that Gamelish away from me.
Yes.
Evilish. Evilish. What are you doing over there? Get your evilish away from me. Stop it. Okay? Get that shalom out of here.
I am not built for this. Okay, hold on. Let me fucking get into the next bit because
Okay. Oh,
so
boy, that was funny.
we've covered the school of Mensis and the Mensis rituals. Feeling verklempt. Talks amongst yourselves. I cannot with you, sir. I'm moving on. I'm moving on. Okay. Let's see. Canehurst, the Vile Bloods, and the Executioners. We made mention of them a little bit earlier. Okay. In Canehurst Castle, Queen Annalise
Yes.
was a ruler over many nobles and dandies. The first Vile Blood that partook in corrupted blood from Bergenworth. I think that's how you say that. Bergenworth. Yeah. Bergenworth?
Yep, Bergenworth.
Having the ability to extract the essence of hunter's blood. Oh,
exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. That was actually something I forgot to mention.
Yes, okay. So Queen Annalise ordered her followers to hunt down hunters without scruple and gained notoriety for her insatiable hunger for blood. Ah, vampire. Got it.
Yep.
Annalise consumed the blood offerings brought back by her servants and eventually became immortal due to her vile predations. A timeless society of vampire-like entities was formed in Canehurst Castle thereafter. It was a place of refinement and sophistication, and the occasional beast that arose from the foul practice was dispatched discreetly as well as gracefully. Such is the Canehurst way. Those who served the queen did so out of loyalty, fear, and unending desire to taste her blood, and settled with various Caril runes that improved... Oh, Carol. Okay. Carol runes that improved visceral attacks as a cheap substitute, as described in the rune's text. Queen Annalise hoped desperately one day to bear her true heir, and dubbed this child the Child of Blood, which she sought to have at all costs. She sent her Vile Bloods to hunt for her, and all hoped that with enough blood dregs, she could birth a Child of Blood. However, the justice-seeking knight commander known as... Oh, someone followed me. Let's see. Oh, thank you, Monster, for following me. Okay. I lost my... Okay. With enough blood dregs, she could birth a Child of Blood. However, the justice-seeking knight commander known as Master Ligarius took these practices as an affront and founded the Executioners. Bloodthirsty zealots looking to kill Vile Bloods at all costs. Eventually, they stormed Canehurst Castle, eliminating everyone inside with extreme prejudice. Ironically, the Executioners slew all the maids they could find, who likely had nothing to do with Annalise's malevolence, but could not harm Annalise due to her immortality. Seeing no other option, Master Ligarius sent his executioners away and martyred himself in order to prevent Annalise from ever escaping. He stands guard in front of Annalise's tower forever, sealed off with the crown of illusion so that none could enter again.
Yep. That wearing that crown after you kill the boss battle is the only way to get in and become a member of the cult of the Vile Bloods. So after you kill off the boss, you put on the crown, you approach his chair, and you are in there. And now the thing is that a lot of people have debated, the imagery of this, like what I've told you about, like the Vile Blood imagery of this room and everything like that. They thought, is this going to be too much for a video game? And a lot of people try to push the envelope because they try to make it in a subtle way as possible because, and this is no offense to a lot of people, but they don't see the details, so they won't notice the fact that it looks like sperm.
And her whole goal is to birth a child of blood, right? So maybe that's why that's there, because that's alluding to her wanting to give birth to this child of blood.
Exactly.
Interesting. I do like the way that they put the vampires in there.
Hope the podcast is going well in the city, running errands, so I gotta watch later. Okay, Bojangles, have a good one. Thank you so much for stopping by to say hi.
Okay, very interesting.
Yeah,
I'm very interested in this. Okay.
So what we're gonna do now?
And then you have the
Yeah, and that's
go ahead.
and that's the thing of where like too it has a very diverse story. So any way that you slice it is going to be subjective to the audience, even though the story is very fixated in some places.
Okay, that's really cool. No, but because you're a hunter, right? So you're different from the executioners. Do you kill any executioners in the game?
That I haven't.
Other than the main guy.
Which main guy are you talking about in this instance? Are you talking about
To get his crown, Master Ligarius?
Oh
to get the
yeah,
crown he
no,
wears?
yeah. You can kill those. There are different characters in there. You don't have to kill them. They're not like boss battles or anything. You can just avoid them if you wanted to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's not know
Okay.
an absolute must to kill any of those creatures. You have like in the way of getting to Martyr Ligarius, you have ghosts, you have gargoyles, you have different vampires and everything like that. But it's not a must.
Oh, okay. So you can pretty much avoid them.
Yeah.
Ah.
So what we're going to do right now, since it's almost 10 to 12 right now, we're going to open it up to questions. And we're going to ask you guys what your thoughts are. If you guys have any questions for us regarding the lore or, our perspective on the game or anything like that, it is open the floor to you guys. So.
Yes, feel free to ask your questions.
Sorry, hiccups.
You're good.
Yeah.
Oop, I did not mean to click that button. Okay. Oh. Oh no! The hiccups got you.
That's why I haven't been drinking much, fam.
You can try to make them stop by holding your breath or drinking something. And then take a big deep breath.
I can't. You want me to have an asthma attack?
You need to take a breath! You can't hold your breath forever!
Oh, Jesus Christ.
You ruined it!
This is why we can't have nice things, Mom. Yeah, no, if you guys have any questions or anything like that, feel free to ask. It's crazy because this game has so much to it. Not even to the point of the DLC. Like, I opened up the DLC, but it's, like, I don't even have, like, the level in which to take it on. Because you need to be at least a level over 100. I'm almost to level 70 right now.
Oh, so you still gotta grind. You still got some things you have to do. But you still also haven't gotten the true ending yet. So, like, maybe once you do that, you'll be up in levels enough to do the DLC.
Yeah, and the thing is that, like, if we want to talk about the DLC, we can, because, like, I've seen some of the lore. That was actually one of the first things that I saw that got me into wanting to get Bloodborne back when it first released. One of my friends did a stream on Twitch of fighting Orphan of Kos, and Kos is one of the great ones, and she was killed off.
Okay.
Yeah, she was killed off, and the Orphan is basically, trigger warning, an aborted fetus. That she she gave birth to on the land and everything like that, and that is the last boss that you face in that DLC. And you're going and literally this podcast just keeps getting better and better. He hits you with his placenta sac as one of his weapons. You're literally running from the placenta sac that he's hitting you with.
That is both hilarious and fucking gross. As someone who's given birth to 2 children, trigger warning, y'all. I'm gonna teach you something if you don't know. You give birth to your child, and then you give birth to the placenta. It doesn't stay in you.
Yeah.
Like, it comes out.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's fucking gross.
Yeah. Yeah. And people actually use that as moisturizer. How?
Oh! So back in the day, in ancient times, and some people still do this, right? You can eat it. And it has, because it's filled with nutrients and all that shit. This game is freaking weird. Yeah, Peter, it's weird. That's a fair assessment. Bloodborne is fucking weird. But yeah, people would eat it, because so essentially the placenta it's not, like, there is blood in it, but it's nutrients. It's what your child is actually consuming while it's growing in your belly. Because so it's full of nutrients and full of everything it needs to so the fact that this fetus comes out and whoops your ass with the placenta is both hilarious and fucking gross.
The other boss battles that are in the game that have to do with the DLC primarily.
Right.
There's a boss battle called Living Failures because they were supposed to be great ones, but they didn't measure up to the fact. So that's literally their title. I can't imagine. That's more of a goth name in high school. It'd be like, oh hey, what's your name? I'm like, such a living failure.
Oh,
like,
that's fucking emo. That's emo shit. That's sad boy shit. That's hilarious.
I listen to Marilyn Manson. I can't stop laughing right now.
Stop, because you lying if you say you didn't listen to Marilyn Manson in high school.
I still listen to Marilyn Manson. Listen, I can't stand the dude, but I love his music. It's so good. Okay? Fight me.
I know, his music's great. Yeah, his music's great, but he's awful.
The other stuff that's in there is, if you notice the doll that is in the main game, that you go there to basically level up within the Hunter's Dream, she is a copied image of a hunter that is in the DLC called Lady Maria that you fight.
Oh, that's so cool.
She is literally, like,
whoa.
Yeah, Gehrman wanted to... Yeah, Gehrman wanted to have something close to him that reminded him of what the real world was. So he made an exact copy of what she looked like in a doll form in the Hunter's Dream.
Okay, so but then does she like... She speaks, doesn't she? Like, speaks through this doll, yeah?
Well, to an extent, if you... Okay, so let me rephrase this. If you fight her before you take on the final boss battle... The doll will actually say a few things of line, like after she's dead, of where like I feel happy for some reason, like I have these strange memories or something like that. The doll remembers a life that she never had. So it's so interesting. Like you fight Lady Maria.
That's really cool.
And at the end, Lady Maria will ask if you found your just suits within this nightmare or if like you're going to be greedy and want to find more answers. So she's trying to kick you out. She's literally trying to kick you out of the nightmare. She's trying to get your ass out of there.
Can't get more. Yeah, so that you can't get more knowledge. That's interesting.
Yeah, and there are other ones in there. There's you fight Lawrence, the first Vicar, which is basically the first guy who created the Healing Church. You fight what was it? Oh gosh. Another one who was like, I think, what part of the Healing Church or something like that. At the end, if you wear the church garb, you can actually attain a sword from him. Either way, you can get the sword, but it's just easier if you're wearing the church garb. I don't think there's any other boss battle where you actually can have a conversation, unlike the first one that you see within the game, within the DLC.
That's really
way.
Cool.
You know, so it's so fascinating to see, especially Kaz, because Kaz is just sad. Like that one's just plain sad of boss battle, especially Gehrman too. What was it? Yeah. Oh, there was one thing that got Gehrman. Boss battle just completely. Oh, Gascoigne. That's what I was thinking of. That one was a sad one, because that's one of the first ones that you see in the game, and he's a hunter as well. So literally, when they throw you into the game, you have the choice to fight the cleric beast. You don't have to fight that guy, which I didn't know about, but you can fight. Yeah, a little bit bitter about that. But you can fight Gascoigne first, or as I like to call him, Daddy Gascoigne. Or you can fight him, but the thing is that it's hunter against hunter. So that's the game's way of showing you what you're getting yourself into.
Yeah, that's kind of sad too, like having to hunt, or rather having to battle another one who's like you.
Yeah, and there are several of them throughout the game, several different hunters that you literally are fighting throughout the game, and I think that's kind of interesting, because if they're all in the same dream, they should be fighting against the same thing that you're fighting against.
Yeah, I wonder why that, like, why that's there. Like, why do you fight them? Are they going mad? Is something happening to them that you, like, what's the motivation there?
That I'm unsure of, because, there are different people that try to help you within the game, even though they know that they're turning into a scourged beast. Like, a guy who gives you information at the start of the game of where you're supposed to go to Odin's Chapel, he ends up turning into a scourged beast, and when you go back, if you kill him, you get, like, a Carol rune or something like that. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's interesting. So it's basically like you're fighting things, obviously things that are already monsters, and then people that are turning into monsters, essentially.
Exactly. Yeah.
Cookies. All right, hold on a second, guys.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
So, but again, it's just a fascinating game of where you have so many different options of things that you can go up against, different builds, different things that you can see, different places that you can visit. Like I said, it's not an open world game, but it's open world enough to where exploring is, you can explore with everything. And this sunlight keeps getting in my way. But like I said, if you guys have any questions right now or anything, feel free to ask. It's being blurry. There we go. Sorry about that.
Okay, hold on.
Hello.
Hello.
So, you guys, it is almost 12 o'clock right now. If you guys don't have any more questions, we're going to end it off for today. And Chastity just disappeared. Wait, Chastity just disappeared. I'm just gonna wait for a second.
Hi. I'm so sorry. I don't know what
okay.
happened there.
It's okay. I can't see you. No, I can't see you.
Okay, so we are gonna figure this out. I don't know what just happened.
If it's all in a dream, how awesome would it be if Freddy Krueger turned up as one of the bosses? That, I think, would be an amazing mod for when it comes out for PC. Peter, I love that idea, actually. That would be great.
I don't know. Okay, I don't know what just happened. That was...
Oh, it's loading. I thought something happened and
Okay.
you need to shut your camera off real quick.
No, I don't know what's going on. My shit got all weird for a second. My stream, was fine and kept going. I don't know why you vanished.
Weird. That's very strange. There's a little
over
loading
there.
sign that's coming on right now.
Oh, well, I don't... Okay, hold on. We're gonna figure this out. What the hell? You see... This is why I don't... And, your screen is all weird, too.
That's very strange. I'm not seeing that on my side, but I that's very, very strange.
It is strange. Hold on, let's see.
Well, what we can do right now, since it's almost towards the end, we can end it off here and everything like that. We can figure stuff out.
Yeah.
Oh, there you are.
No. Oh, there I am. Hello. Hi. Sorry, y'all. I don't know what the fuck even happened just then. Okay. Well, we're back.
But you guys, for those, if you guys don't have any more questions or anything like that, we're going to end it off here. If you guys have any other questions or anything like that and you think of it after the stream, you guys can at both of us or at me or at, Rissa or anything like that. Her links are going to be down in the description below. Mine are there if you guys want to watch or view or, see any of my other platforms are all there.
Yeah, and we could do another, especially once you do the DLC, we could do another Bloodborne podcast and then have a collection of everybody's questions, and from there, do another podcast.
Vampire Lady is glitching in daytime streams.
It be happening sometimes,
But you guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this podcast. And if you guys like our faces and what we do, please be sure to subscribe and hit the bell down below, because I make videos every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. And I have a little bit of a surprise coming for you guys after this stream in terms of content creation. It's going to be a little side passion project of mine that I'm working on right now. So I'm very, very excited about it. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Bye, you guys.